Have you ever wondered how the paradise-like islands of Antigua and Barbuda came to be? To answer that, we must travel back to the very beginning. Picture the universe, a dense, hot state of pure energy. Then, in a moment known as the Big Bang, the universe expanded and cooled, birthing galaxies, stars, and planets. Among these celestial bodies was our very own Earth, a molten sphere gradually cooling and solidifying over billions of years. This cooling and solidifying process led to the formation of continents and islands. Tectonic plates shifted, volcanoes erupted, and oceans formed. Over countless millennia, the Earth's surface changed and evolved, creating diverse geographies. Among these were the seeds of the islands we now know as Antigua and Barbuda, formed from ancient volcanic activity and shaped by the relentless forces of wind and water. So, from a cosmic explosion, the Earth was formed, and among its varied geographies were the seeds of our islands of interest. Fast forward to about 34 million years ago, when the islands we now know as Antigua and Barbuda began to take shape. The birth of these islands was a spectacle of nature, marked by intense geological activities. Volcanic eruptions beneath the sea spewed out molten rock, gradually building up the landmass over millions of years. Simultaneously, the relentless forces of erosion wore down these newly formed rocks, sculpting the island's distinctive landscapes. But the story doesn't end there. Antigua and Barbuda's geology is also shaped by the living world. The islands boast stunning coral reefs, the product of millions of tiny marine creatures. Over millennia, these organisms have constructed vast underwater cities, providing a habitat for countless species of fish and other marine life. On land, mangroves snake along the coastlines, their tangled roots creating a vital nursery for young fish and a barrier against storms. From under the sea, through fire and time, emerged the beautiful islands of Antigua and Barbuda. Now that we have our islands, when did the first humans set foot on them? The human story of Antigua and Barbuda begins with the Arawaks, an indigenous people who migrated from South America around 1,200 years ago. These early settlers, known for their pottery and farming skills, provided the islands with their first human touch. But their peaceful existence was disrupted by the arrival of the Caribs, another indigenous group known for their fierce warrior culture. Centuries later, in 1493, a new chapter unfolded with the arrival of Christopher Columbus. The intrepid explorer named the larger island Antigua in honor of the miraculous image of Santa Maria la Antigua in Seville Cathedral. Yet, it would take over a century for Europeans to establish a permanent settlement here. The British colonized the islands in 1648, marking the beginning of a long era of European rule. The island's fertile soil and favorable climate made them a prime location for sugar plantations. This era was unfortunately marked by the importation of enslaved Africans who were brought in large numbers to work in the sugar industry. The abolition of slavery in 1834 was a significant turning point, yet the islands remained under British control. It wasn't until the 20th century that the winds of change began to blow. The labor movements of the 30s and 40s paved the way for political reform and ultimately independence. On the 1st of November, 1981, the twin island nation of Antigua and Barbuda finally emerged as an independent country, waving its own flag in the Caribbean breeze. Today, it's a vibrant nation, proud of its rich history and diverse cultural heritage, from the indigenous Arawaks and Caribs to the African, British, and other influences that have shaped its identity. From the first settlers to the thriving independent nation of today, the human history of Antigua and Barbuda is as rich as its natural one. So, there you have it, a whistle-stop tour of the creation of Antigua and Barbuda. We've journeyed from the birth of the universe, through the formation of our own blue planet, to the geological creation of these beautiful islands in the Caribbean Sea. We've witnessed the stirring of tectonic plates and the volcanic activity that sculpted these lands, giving birth to Antigua and Barbuda. Then, we traced the island's human history, from the first indigenous inhabitants to the arrival of European colonists, and the rich tapestry of cultures that have shaped the island's identity to this day. We've seen how people from all walks of life have found a home in this tropical paradise, contributing to their vibrant culture and dynamic history. From the Big Bang to the bustling islands of today, The story of Antigua and Barbuda truly is a remarkable journey through time.